2021 is going to be an incredible year for Xbox Game Pass, according to Phil Spencer. Xbox Live's Major Nelson held a final 2020 interview with Xbox boss Phil Spencer yesterday as part of his regular podcast, and during it, Spencer was asked a bit about the success of Xbox Game Pass over the year. Spencer began by highlighting the success of Game Pass in terms of the numbers that were hitting, as well as pointing out that some developers are actually now targeting the service with their games prior to building them. We look at Xbox Game Pass today, and it's, 3 years old? And the numbers that we're hitting. The engagement, the way the creators are now targeting Game Pass, we get people from their original idea of a game coming to us and saying, hey, we'd like this game to be on Game Pass, and can you work with us on that? The Xbox boss also went on to talk about the different kinds of games that people have discovered across console, PC, and Android on Xbox Game Pass in 2020, and teased that 2021 will be a quote-unquote incredible year as well. 2020 was an important year for the Game Pass team. The portfolio getting EA Play inside, but I think 2021 is going to be an incredible year when I look at the lineup of games coming and the continued work to bring it to more and more people. Okay, so that's all the article has on it, and this article is written by Fraser Gilbert, and it is on purexbox.com. I will put a link to the article in the description if you want to go check that out. So, yeah, I know that article didn't have a whole lot in it. It was just kind of some quotes from Phil Spencer. Apparently, Major Nelson did an interview with him. I haven't seen it or read it. That was probably just, the highlights of the Game Pass talk for the most part. But I just wanted to kind of make this video because, Game Pass was an experiment for Xbox. And I think they got the idea and probably thought it could work because of, platforms like Netflix or even Spotify. Any kind of platform that you pay monthly to have access to content that is put on that platform has been very successful. And we've seen it becoming more and more successful. So for them to kind of foresee that trend and get into it was really good foresight, because PlayStation's behind on this aspect of it. Right now, Xbox definitely has they had the jump on it. They were the first ones to implement it, and it's paying off for them. I know that they have a lot of subscribers. They're making a lot of money. And I guess the only thing that was ever in question was, is it something that's sustainable? Well, they've been doing it for 3 years, and they've got old games on there. They got new games on there. They got new releases on there. And it's been going on for 3 years, and they haven't shut it down. And it's only been getting bigger. Like, the numbers have only grown to how many people are on it. And it's a really good feature for gamers, for consumers, because, well, it's a good feature as long as you're putting the right games on there that make the feature worth it. And so far they have. I mean, every month it's just like, you think that, every now and then they'll have a month, or they have in the past, at least whenever they first started. I remember a couple times I would look at what they were putting on there. I'm like, man, not a lot of people are going to play these 3 games that they put, but that was early on. Now, like I said before, they've been putting new titles, good titles, and titles that people are interested in playing. And I mean, when you can pay just an extra $10 a month for access to over 100 games, decent games, some of them are, kind of nichey, or, not a lot of people are going to play, but if you just put, it's $10 a month. So if you just put 2 new games a year on there, that covers that expense. It's $120. 12 months in a year, $10 a month, $120. So as long as you put at least 2, you're technically covering what you're spending on that $10 a month. And they've had whispers of Xbox trying to get anime platforms on there, like Funimation. I've read somewhere, I don't know if that's come to fruition, but I read that they were supposed to be linking Funimation with Xbox Game Pass, which would basically mean, don't quote me on this, I haven't looked into it extensively, I just remember seeing an article on it, but it would basically mean that if you have Xbox Game Pass, your Funimation account is also available. You don't have to pay for your Funimation separate. So they're doing something that's really, it's new, and it's dangerous for a company to do because it's something that's untested, at least in the games field. It's been tested in the music field and the movies field, TV field, and it's worked there. So you kind of think it would work in the games field, but the only way it does work is if you do it right. And I feel like Phil Spencer and them, man, they've done incredible job as far as turning the Xbox around as being a consumer-friendly option now. When the Xbox One first released, it was just, if you don't know, there's plenty of videos about it, but it was a disaster. It was not good. And a lot of people that played Xbox bought PS4s because of that. And then the game selection wasn't great early on either. But once it got around to the Xbox One X and later on the Xbox One's life cycle, they started really changing things around about 3 years ago. But yeah, I guess what I'm trying to say is I think they've done a very, very good job. I think Phil Spencer has done a good job. His team's done a good job. He obviously knows what gamers want. He knows how to get people to come to his system. And not only a system, but heck, just play on computer. Just get on Game Pass. I mean, they're making money off that. They don't have to sell a system. If they get you on Game Pass, they're making money off of you, and that just encourages people that somebody can't go out and buy, a PlayStation 5 and an Xbox Series X, then that Game Pass option really does encourage them. Like, man, I could, PlayStation's got some really good first-party titles, but man, I play so many more games on Xbox. I'm a college kid, I'm whatever, I don't have a lot of money to be buying games all the time. And that's a good option for me to play a very diverse set of games. If you're that type of person who likes that. Some people just play one or two types of games and that's it, and that's fine. But PlayStation's already following suit to an extent, and I think they're going to have to. Because I think they're kind of waiting to see how it's going to turn out for Xbox as far as the financial situation and how this was all going to roll out. And it seems to be a success, and it's continuing to be a success, so I don't see how they couldn't come up with something, at least to the equivalent value of what Game Pass is offering. But then again, I could be wrong. They may not be too worried about it. But yeah, I just thought it was an interesting article and something I've been thinking about for a while, the Game Pass system, because I really, really like it. I think it's a very consumer-friendly, gamer-friendly mindset for a company to have. I mean, they're obviously going to make their profits. They wouldn't be doing it if they're not making money. But it's a good idea. They evolved in a direction that every other major medium has evolved, and it just kind of made sense for gaming to do it also. That's it for this video, guys. If you stay through for the whole video, I appreciate you watching it. I got some other content on my channel if you want to check that out. I got game news on there, game content, even some tech stuff. I did anything gaming, I'm pretty much covering on this channel. I also stream on Twitch and on Facebook at FinFolk Gaming on both of those platforms. If you enjoy watching people stream, jumping into games, talking about games, joining a cool community, feel free to stop by and follow me there, or just watch me one day, and if it's something you think you'd like, you can follow me then. But yeah, guys, thank you for watching. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you on the next one.